Lee, what have I told you about washing the cars on hot?
Look, I didn't read the label, okay? I didn't realize you're supposed to wash your good stuff on cold. I'm sorry.
They're delicate.
Well, yeah, but like, I thought it's German. I thought it was gonna be fine. But do you want me to talk to them?
It's not. What are we going to do? How are we going to speak to... The car's half the size.
Just tell them, honey, I struck the X4. So what do we have here?
Well, Lee, this is the BMW X2, and it's the smallest platform that BMW makes in terms of the SUV. Easiest way to remember it, X1 is hatch, and the X2 has the coupe back on it.
Oh yeah, so odd numbers are the more square body ones, and even numbers are the coupes.
Yes.
And there's lots of options in the X2 for memory. We've got iX2s, which are the electric ones. We've got the normal X2 with the different petrol engines, and now we've got this.
Yeah, so this is the X2 M35i, but I think that's what you're paying for with the BMW is the choice and the option. And yeah,
And the alphabet soup.
And the alphabet soup. So there is a bit of a mouthful, but if you know what you want, it's great because it's luxury is part of having choice and exclusivity, which is what this is. So,
Absolutely. I think it looks good.
yeah, you like the
From the
looks?
front, it looks really aggressive and really cool. I like the front 3/4, typical BMW. Lots of money has been spent on like intakes and that actually work. I think the side looks good. The back is a little bit funky for me personally. I'm not always a fan of the coupe back ends, but you said earlier that the rear 3/4 gives you mini X6.
It's baby X6 from this specific quarter, and we'll get a shot of it, but it's the X6 made smaller.
Which makes sense. I mean, if you don't want to spend the 200 grand on an X6, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
But what is most important to me, and probably to you too, being a driving enthusiast, is that 3-colored M badge in the front.
A lot of history with that M badge, and
Yes.
I've got some thoughts on the
50
driving
years.
experience because I've been driving it. So let's get you behind the wheel and let's see what you think.
Well, we are on the mountain roads, so let's get going. All right, so we're in the X2 M35i, and you've been driving the last few days. It's the 2-liter, 4-cylinder, 221 kilowatts, 400-ish Newton meters of torque,
400 on the nose.
something like that.
Absolutely on the nose.
So we might just give it a quick little squirt because there's no one behind Alex. They say it's 5.4 to 60, so let's find out. That's a slow start. There we go. Oh, that was 100. Didn't get launch control to activate that right then, but that's all right. Quick, very quick car.
Yeah, it was obviously started at a low boost, so it didn't get going. But yeah, very fast.
Right off the bat, I can tell it's a BMW just by the way it drives, right? The steering's pretty good. It's pretty accurate. There's not a lot of feel in it just because it's, I feel like that's typical electric.
Yeah.
You know.
I find with the bigger the car gets, it tends to, you lose more feel as well. So there could be a bit of that.
The center of gravity is quite tall on this thing, but it actually feels like it's handling its height pretty well for a car this size. In a short wheelbase, it's not massively tall, but it's taller than like a 1 Series or a 2 Series coupe would be, the 4-door coupe. I can't really fault it in this initial impression. We've got some twisty bits of the road coming up, so we'll see then. But I think if you're gonna buy an SUV in this class, most people are looking for a sporty SUV. And they're looking for a sporty coupe-like SUV. You don't really have that many choices. You've got this, you've got the GLA 35, you've got the Cupra Formentor, which is a lot cheaper, and you've got the RSQ3.
You're right. The car it's a niche within a niche almost. It's not a small SUV. It's a small SUV coupe.
Yeah.
Which, it's almost like, do you like the look of it? That's the biggest question. Because if you do, then buy this. For us, like we've said, we're keener on the X1. I think it'd be fair to say.
Yeah, I think I'd want the X1 based on practicality and looks. But if the M35i X1 drives anything like this does, that's fine by me. Like, it's great. I think I've driven the Cupra. I have not driven the Mercedes or the RSQ3. It's not the current RSQ3. And I can say that the Cupra is just as sharp. But if you want the luxury and the experience of BMW and that super premium German feel, this is it. I mean, we're hustling it around some tight little roads right now, and it's keeping up perfectly fine.
Oh,
In fact, I don't think we're even really making it sweat, to be honest.
You can't on the road. It's way more capable than it needs to be for the road, which is nice. As car guys, that's what we want. We
Absolutely.
like that. And then you're right, the premium feel, it's almost an intangible thing. That's what you pay the money for.
Absolutely.
So if you compare spec for spec against some of the other cars that you mentioned, I'll exclude the Mercedes and the Audi because they are probably more expensive. But it is that intangible thing. You look at the Formentor, what's it, 25 grand less?
It's 70 something instead of 95, which is where this starts.
So yeah, it's 25 less. But if you look at the two side by side, you probably go, well, I'll just buy the Formentor, but you're not getting a BMW for one.
Exactly.
And it's intangible. It's something you can't put it on paper. Yeah.
When you text me the other day after you drove this for a few minutes, what was it that you said?
I like this car. I love this car.
Because of that BMW-ness that we talk about, that intangibleness.
That's what you pay the money for.
Absolutely.
And I got it by that point. So it took me a half hour, 45-minute drive to get it. Because before that, I would have said just buy the other cars. Because they're $25,000. It's $25,000, a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
But it's where the money goes.
But
and when you get out of the car in the morning, when you're going for breakfast, and you look back and you know, there's that appeal that people go, oh, okay, you're a successful person. You're driving a BMW. There's, you know, that people might want to say that or admit to that, but that is what they're buying the car for.
Absolutely. So top threes are for me rather how it drives, that BMW-ness we talked about, which is number 2, and then the tech, the driver tech particularly. I'm not a massive fan of the iDrive, this particular version of iDrive. But the driver tech itself, I think, is good, like the cruise control and heads-up display and that sort of thing. Bottom things for me is the iDrive because I just want it to be better. But that's only because this is an aged version. We've been driving a newer version of infotainment system in the Mini that's absolutely beautiful. So that's only because there's now something to compare it to. If I was driving this 4 years ago, I'd think this is probably great.
This is the end of current generation, and I think we're going to start to see the next gen.
Neue-Klasse and all of that.
Yeah. In fact, I actually drove a 3 Series about 4 years ago with the same system, and it was brilliant.
Yeah.
So,
the change is coming.
Yeah.
And then other two things are just some of the interior bits, like the upright phone charger is a cool concept, but I couldn't figure out how to use the roller coaster thing until Olly showed me. And the world's most shallow center console. There's storage underneath, which is nice, but that's just, why are we doing that? Those are little niggly things and too many clicks to get into some of the drive modes. Stuff like that was what we're nitpicking. But to find bad points about this car, we're nitpicking.
So I'm the same. I think I'm pretty aligned with you, really, in terms of the drive of this is the best thing about the car, and I think that is one of the things, that's where your extra money goes to, as well as the prestige side of it. Definitely the drive is number 1 for me. Inside the interior, I like the interior overall. I like the design. It suits my style, would be a fair thing to say. This is a bit silly, this center console.
It doesn't be silly.
The button doesn't, like, first of all, it opens the wrong way so you can't see. There's no you can put a pen in it. What's the point? It doesn't make sense. And I'm with you on until I worked out the roller coaster bar, I couldn't figure that one out either. So I'm with you on that too.
We've got what we like and we don't like. We should probably maybe give everyone a bit of a wrap up and chat about why you would or maybe even wouldn't buy this car.
Yeah, that's the big question, really. So Lee, we've been for a drive, but the big question remains, would you recommend or buy the BMW X2 M35i? Nailed it.
That word suit's been getting you all day, so I'm glad you got that out. Yes, this is a weird one, because in the premium car segment and in the SUV segment particularly, there's a trillion options. So we gotta narrow it down. If you want a sporty coupe SUV between 90 and 110 grand, premium side, this would fall in that bracket, and you're competing against things like the GLA 35. The Fortuna is a bit cheaper, but it's in that performance range, right? And then at the top of that, it's RSQ3. Out of all of them, this sits right in the middle. And if that is your use case, that is the car you're after, it's hard not to recommend it. It's hard not to say go drive one, right? Because it depends on what you want. If you're looking after or looking for the BMW driving experience or something at that level of performance, you have to drive this car. BMW gives you that. They're, no matter what model, even the ones that everyone complains about in the chunky steering wheels, and I'm on that team, the M Sport and M Performance models are the ones that feel the most BMW, and this is no exception. Now, would I personally buy this car? No, because this doesn't fit my use case. I would want the X2 M35i because of the more room in the back, because I have a big dog, I go camping and stuff like that, and I just like that look better than the sleek coupe. But if you don't want to spend the 200 grand on an X6, and you want something that looks like an X6, and you want the BMW experience, this is kind of it.
I think I'm with you on that. And the X1 would be my choice too, because I just prefer the practicality of the hatch, if nothing else. But yeah, it's a lovely car, and it drives really well, and it gives you that intangible BMW luxuriness that well, BMW have put a price on it, but you can't put a price on it.
Yeah. For on-road.
I'm with you. The X1 for me, if you're not going to spend the 200 grand on the X5 or the X6.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think if your Magic 8 Ball says sporty coupe SUV, you got to check out the X2. And you got to drive the M1, because why not?
Lee, we've had this conversation. We spend a lot of time together. We're always doing each other's washing and whatnot.
Sorry. I broke on that one.